Fire Wednesdays, everyone. I'm Alex.
I'm Esther.
I'm Juji.
So Elisha's sick. I was sick a couple weeks ago. You know what I found about what kind of how sick are you exactly? Like what are you congested? Oh, jeez, that sucks. Are you achy at all, or is it just like sinus? Your skin hurts? How does that feel? Mm-hmm. Is that like everywhere? Yikes. Well, what I was gonna say is, me and Claudia caught caught a cold, but mine wasn't too bad. If like I could, if like as colds go, I guess it wasn't too bad. I mean, it was like long, but it wasn't like horrible. It was just a lot of runny nose. What about you girls? Have you got sick this year, or?
I haven't gotten sick yet. This is the year that I actually got the flu shot. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
You got one?
Yeah.
When?
Huh?
When?
I was at the doctor's and she was like, "Do you want a flu shot?" I was like, "Whatever, I'm here."
I got one time last year. I probably still got sick. I don't remember.
You don't remember.
But I haven't gotten sick so far, knock on wood, and I also haven't had a flu shot, so...
Nice.
I tend to get sick when the seasons change.
Like in between? Yeah, that's true. Last year, I didn't get sick at all. It was kind of weird, because like, I was teaching, and so you'd expect, because I was like around other people a lot, because obviously I don't go to school anymore, so I don't have that. But I feel like having time with people and sickness for a little bit, like, you know what I mean, a couple hours a day, but not like 6 hours a day is actually like kind of good for you, because you get a chance to kind of be around it, but then you're not around it. You know what I mean? And then your body can kind of like recoup and kind of build immunity and stuff like that. So that's why I think I didn't get sick at all last year. So, but anyway, let's start off on our first segment here. Maybe Juju should start off.
I'm seeing my friend's dad do stand-up comedy tonight, so I don't know what's gonna happen.
Where exactly?
That's a good question. I don't know. My friend told me about it a while back, and I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll go. I'll see your dad." Like, make jokes.
Is this like his like midlife crisis? Like,
I don't know.
He's like, I'm still cool, okay? I'm still cool. Become a comedian. Yeah, just don't like whip your penis out, and like in front of people.
Has that happened, Alex? Have you like is that from personal experience? Oh no.
No, they're not dad jokes, but he does talk, being a dad, yeah. Which is now even weirder. I don't know, whatever. Let's get off this. Does anyone else have a new this week? I mean, is that it? Is that what you wanted to say, Juge?
For now. Unless they come up with something else.
What are you talking about? Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
And that's when you got arrested.
Wow.
Was it off a main road, or? Yeah.
Hey, Elisha, are you training to be a stunt double? Yes? Alright.
Wait, I thought that parking lot had, like, the dividers, like, raised dividers. Oh. Well, that would have been bad. If they... Oh, look, it's not plowed, and then you just, like, slide right into it, and... Oof. That would... Oh, boy. The traction control.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys got more snow on Friday or Thursday or something, right? How much was it though? Is it like already melted?
I heard it's supposed to get kind of warmer though. Again.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like 50 on Christmas.
So
That counts.
So me and Claudia, I think this is like the second time. Well, it snowed different like up here than it did down there. And for one, like when we got that first storm, it didn't melt like at all after that. Because it stayed super cold. So we still have like the original snow on the ground right now. But it was like a couple days after us being homebound, and we were hanging out outside, and I decided to start making a snowman. Claudia's like, I've never made a snowman before. I'm like, oh, come on, like really? But she said she hadn't. So we started making one. We made like a 3-tiered one. And the weirdest thing happened. So like the night of, we started getting kind of weird weather. Like up to that point, it was pretty solid. It was just like cold and then like snow flurries. But and like that night, it started to get a little more humid, and it was sort of semi-raining a little bit, but like not a lot. And the snowman, you know how like what happens is like if it rains, the snowman, the snow usually just kind of like it gets pelted and it sort of falls away and like melts, right?
Yeah.
That didn't happen in our case. Our snowman is still up right now. In like 100% fully still like one chunk, even though like it was like 3 tiers, like, and we went, it was so funny because we went like full on, like we put a scarf on him, we put like a carrot nose, the eyes. Claudia pulled some of like the pine needles, and she made like eyebrows and like a mustache and everything. And it was so funny because we had Claudia was she was steampunk this Halloween, so we had a top hat, so we put a top hat on him. And Claudia was just about to give the snowman a goatee, and we were like, "Oh wait, no, this looks too much like Dad. We gotta stop."
Oh no.
We were like, oh no. So we didn't finish it that way. But the funny thing about the rain and the weather that night was that, again, it was like still one whole piece, but it like leaned back. So its arms were hanging out, and it looked like it was like in falling position. And it's still in that position like right now. Like I can see it from like the window here. And it's just like doing the Bernie like forever. And I feel bad. We took the top hat off because it fell, but everything else is still on there. Like his nose and his eyes are all still there.
Yeah, so I did something kind of new this week. I've done it before, but it's I've experienced some new things. But I went to New York City on a day trip with Sam.
That's cool.
Yeah, and so I went to like the usual gluten-free bakeries. We went to a puppy store to pet some puppies. That's what we like to do. But Sam wanted to do some more like sightseeing stuff, so he went to I forgot what the building is called. There's like a multiple buildings, and it's where the Twin Towers used to be. It's right next to like the pools. There's like multiple like buildings. There's one that's a museum, and then there's one that you go up, and it's the tallest building in New York City. And you buy a ticket, and you go up to the top, and you look out the windows, and you can see all of New York, down to the tip of like down to like New Jersey and stuff, which is really cool. So yeah, we did that. We took some pictures, had fun. We went to a place that's known for their milkshakes, and what they do is they take like just like regular flavor milkshakes, but they make them crazy. Like they'll add like pieces, like full pieces of cake on top of like the milkshake glass, and like different like assortments of candy. Like they just dress it up like crazy. Like full cookies, like all sorts of things. We had one that was actually it was called like the cotton candy milkshake or something. So it had like strawberry. It was a strawberry milkshake, and then on top, it had whipped cream. It had like a whole bag full worth of cotton candy. It had a huge lollipop, some rock candy lollipops, frosting, chocolate covered like candy beads. It was crazy. We did that for a day, and then we came home, and it was nice to like be home after that because it was just like really exhausting, but it was a fun day. My favorite donut shop in New York City, it's called Erin McKenna's Bakery, and it's like an entirely vegan and gluten-free, and they make more than just donuts too. And like I think there's multiple like locations. So the one that I go to, like it has a lot of the same things as like their Instagram page, but I think there's another location where they offer like more. I'm not really sure though.
A slayer? So they slay monsters then? Like killing monsters? I don't know. Someone that kills monsters. They
Who's the expert on this one? Is this Elisha or Esther?
It's me and Elisha.
Yeah, no, that's all I got. I don't know. But like
Georgie,
is it not that?
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, she
It's
slays
literally in the
vampires.
title. Yeah, I was about to say it's literally in the title.
Yeah, I know. You said monsters, and I was like,
Well, I wasn't sure if she just slayed vampires or if there were other monsters in the show that she had to slay. I don't know. Because I haven't watched it.
So a Slayer slays vampires and monsters. The monsters are mostly demons. She mostly slays vampires and demons, but then there's also like random like characters and like made up figures that come across the series. But yeah, so what happens, so basically a slayer is chosen from like a random girl like in the across the world, and there can only be one at a time. I think. I don't know. I watched like the entire series, so like a lot of the rules have changed throughout the series. But yeah. So there can only be one girl, like one slayer, at one time. But then once she dies, another one is like automatically develops her powers as the next slayer. So the film obviously stars Buffy, who is just like a regular teenage girl, and she gets like these powers one day, and then she finds out they like track her down, like I forgot what it's called, like the Slayer Association or something like that. But they track her down, and they tell her like who she is and why she's developed these powers. So
Is she the only one that's able to kill monsters?
she's the only like human that has like the strength and the power to like fight most supernatural things. Like she just is given extra like strength and like coordination. Like she's able to like automatically like do these backflips that she couldn't do before, kind of thing. Do you want to add anything, Elisha?
backflips. I was gonna say backflips help to kill monsters, of course. Yeah, definitely. I mean, not a gun or some special like tool. Backflips and gymnastic tricks from the 90s.
Hey, when she's doing a backflip and she just kind of, I don't know what it's called, but she like kicks like a monster in the face and rips his head off.
Oh my
like,
God.
Midair. Like that's what I'm talking about. That's
Wait, can slayers only be girls or?
Yeah. That's exactly what I explained.
Gotta thin out the pack, you know? You gotta, like, weed them out. What are they, deer? Yikes.
They're also really good at jokes, like on the spot.
Now,
Huh?
does this mean, like, puns and stuff, or?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You've been slayered. Claudia keeps saying she wants me to grow my hair out like a 90s, like middle part. And I was like, Claudia, I had that haircut when I was, like, in 4th grade. I'm not doing that. She's like, oh, but because like we just went to go see the Disaster
Wait, does she want you
Artist.
to look like you're from a boy band?
Yeah, and she thought that Dave Franco looked like really good when he had like his beard and like a middle part, because it was like the 90s, and that's what the actor looked like. Ay. She's like, oh yeah, you should do that. You look so good. I'm like, you just don't want to cut my hair anymore.
I like opening presents.
Christmas Eve gift opening.
Oh yeah, like when we build with Legos on Christmas Eve.
I better get some Legos this year. I know it wasn't on my list, but you know. Well, okay, so I don't know exactly yet. I do know that Claudia's mom plans on doing like a little like dinner Christmas Eve, but I mean that's not like gonna be all night. You can't eat all night, so maybe we'll catch the end of it. Maybe we'll try to do both. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. All right. Well.
Oh, like the whole holiday season, or just Christmas Eve and Christmas? I like when we all go to see the new Star Wars movie.
That's true, and it is a tradition.
No spoilers.
We're not talking about the Star Wars movie yet. I haven't seen it. Okay.
Yeah.
What about guys? What about like Christmas lights? Driving around, seeing Christmas lights and things like that.
I could go without that.
You could go without that.
I could also go without snow, and without Santa Claus, and
Did you guys decorate the tree and everything already?
and without
Yeah.
decorating trees.
We decorated the tree Friday night.
Oh.
I didn't.
Did you
I didn't
guys-
decorate it. I had to work.
Did you guys listen to a little bit of Kenny G while you were decorating the tree?
No?
Why not?
Who's that?
The saxophone player. Whatever. You guys. Well, okay, because, like, yeah, exactly, classic. Well, what I was going to say is, like, it's not a
I think
tradition,
like the
but...
Partridge Family was playing. I don't know what. It was very soft, so like I didn't really hear much of it.
I actually really like Christmas music. Just in general, like I just like having it in the background of my thoughts. I like being warm. I think like staying inside and like spending time with your family, but like in a specifically warm, like comfy place is nice. I look forward to that. And yeah, and presents. And that's it.
I don't know. I feel like we've already covered all the bases. You know, if you're
Yeah.
talking traditions, I mean, we all sort of we're in the same family, so our traditions are going to be really similar.
So back to when Esther said presents, like sometimes it's just like the act of opening up a gift that's just kind of fun, like ripping up the paper and like. the
You know, we
box.
wouldn't give each other presents if we knew we didn't want presents.
What about being bamboozled because your present's in like 12 boxes? That's always something to look forward to.
That's the best part. That's the best part. You're just like, oh, it's another box. I kind of like wrapping those.
We actually did that to the.
You're just like,
We did like a present swap at Claudia's Christmas party, and we bought a couple presents, and one of them we did that too. We like hid it inside of a box, yeah, wrapped, and then inside of another box, and then wrapped. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
inside of another one.
And when it was like someone that obviously someone who Claudia works with, but he was like one of the like main guys, and he was like, "Oh, one of these again, huh?" You know, I guess every year somebody does it, but I'm glad it was us. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh yeah. I think I had Moxie
This year I want it to look like a catapult, but I want it to be an actual working cardboard catapult. Can you do that? You'll have to make some of the parts with your 3D printer, but you know. What? Yeah, I was gonna remind you about that because I was like playing around with 3D and stuff the other day. And I was like, hey, well, if Elisha ever needed me to make like a specific shape for him, I could probably do that pretty easily since I already know the software. Well, I mean, I've used Maya, and so I'm pretty good with that. And then I've also got Cinema 4D, which I'm even more experienced with. But you can't. I don't think you can print Cinema 4D files, but you can convert them.
I think I'm gonna have to learn Maya in classes at school, digital media classes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, SoundCloud, YouTube, and iTunes at Pirate Wednesdays. And you can find us on Twitter at Pirate Wednesday without the S. And you can leave comments on our email, piratewednesdays@gmail.com. And don't forget to rate, subscribe, and leave comments.
Don't forget to shave your belly with a rusty razor.